Hello, welcome back. Right, just another quick video highlighting some recent additions to my collection. This again is courtesy of the generosity of Brian Dickinson. I'm incredibly grateful to him for sending these couple of bits and pieces along. Only a couple of bits this time out, but they're interesting nonetheless. Now, you can see there's a couple of books and a couple of games. Now, I couldn't ever get the hang of programming, so I never used to bother with the games, etc. But I know the sort of typing books and that were popular. You know, lots and lots of people got them, so it's interesting to have a sort of look through them. One name that features prominently on both these editions is Tim Hartnell, who, from the look of things, was quite a prolific publisher of books and programming tomes for not just the Spectrum, but a few other things like the ZX81, QL, etc. Seems, from what I can make out on Wikipedia and Google, that he was an Australian journalist and sadly passed away in 1991 at the very sadly young age of 40 years old. So very, very sad. But he's left us this legacy of his writings and his programs, etc. This book in particular was written alongside a young lad by the name of Peter Shaw, who I can't find much out about, but it is quite amusing. In the sort of little notes about the authors in the front, you'll see what it says about Peter Shaw. He's a 16-year-old schoolboy, so that means he'd be about 51 nowadays. This book was published in 1983, so 34 years ago. So he'd be 50. But Peter Shaw is a 16-year-old schoolboy. Has contributed to Interface magazine and to ZX Computing. More recently, he played the Dame in the Christmas pantomime at school. I'm sure as the years have gone past, Mr. Shaw has managed to forget all about that episode, and if he's around and watches YouTube every now and then and he happens across this video, I'm sure he's going to be hugely grateful to me for resurrecting that snippet of information, which he would have hoped would be buried deep in his past by now. As you can see, it's basic sort of type-in sort of listings, etc. Now, I never, other than very, very short ones, never really got into sort of like typing stuff in. I never understood it. I still don't. But it is interesting to see, you know, and it was only £3, so yeah. So that's that. Games ZX Computers play. 30 programs for the Spectrum and ZX81, more or less the same kind of thing, as you can see, written in Swedish, something like that. Will I have a go at typing those in? Maybe, maybe not. Depends if I get the time. I might have a quick go. Like I say, I was never sort of into program. I've got Super Chess from CP Software in 1983. I'm no good at chess at all. I do have Sinclair Chess. I've got a couple of chess games that I've picked up. There was quite a few released for the Spectrum. So yeah, I'll give that a check out, see what that's like. It'll beat me. Everything beats me. And I get this one, 3D Tunnel from New Generation Software. This one is entirely new on me. So I'm going to be interested to play that out. I have checked out a couple of videos other people have done on it, and it looks different, shall we say. So what are your memories of that, if you know this particular game? It's by New Generation Software, of course, did the Trashman games. I think they did Not in 3D and possibly Monster Maze. I'm not sure on that one. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. So I will check those two tapes out, hopefully sometime over the next few weeks, etc. Now, I did mention, you know, it's a generosity of Brian there, and I am incredibly thankful to him. He's not the only person that's donated stuff, given stuff to me, etc. I don't use eBay or anything like that to find stuff. Most of the stuff I've got has either come from the generosity from other people, my own sort of collections that I had back in the day. You'll have to excuse me, I've just got to take a drink of water. I've got a terrible cold and cough I've had for about a week and a half. It's just I haven't been able to shift it. Yeah, and through word of mouth at work, etc. And also, sort of state Graham Howlett, Graham Mason, Andre Russell, Kevin Mogridge, those individuals, and Brian. And if there's anyone else that I've forgotten, I do apologise. It's because I'm a bit soft in the head, not because I'm not appreciative of your efforts. If you've sent me anything and I've forgotten to mention it, I'm incredibly grateful to each and every single one of you. You're wonderful people. Anyway, that's the end of this very sort of short video. What are you doing, dog? Oi! What are you doing? Come here. Yoda's going to come and say he knows he shouldn't be up on the bed, but hey-ho. There we go. Hello, Yoda. Make sure you guard them with your life. Understand, doggy? Right, thanks ever so much for watching the video. If you like it, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe to the channel, please do so. If you do subscribe, please make sure that you take the time to... I think you need a trim, don't you? You need to go back to the groomers. Make sure you take the time to actually comment and get involved in discussions. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.